Yo, what is up, folks? You're with Budget Monk, and this is basically a promotion and announcement of our multiplayer campaigns, which are going to be going on in the weekends, both days. So, with no further ado, I wanted to talk about basically what has happened so far. I have been doing multiplayers on occasion, and the first one, quite frankly, wasn't that good. It's much like the multiplayers I did years ago in the past, where it felt mostly like sort of giving back to the community, very little incentive to do it myself or anything like that. But with that being said, some of the guys who multiplayed together actually continued on to play together from that event, I suppose, and they've been refining and working on special rules and so on for our multiplayer games. And we did one very recently, which was actually what I would call the first success in regards to any content on my channel, which is not me just playing EU4. It is EU4, of course, but it was a multiplayer campaign. And the reason why is because we came up with special rules. I assume that's the reason, right? The main reason why. And the special rules were pretty cool. Basically, we had to pick from nations who began in the same starting region, who had the capital in the same region. And that, for example, my team was the Ottomans. I was not the Ottomans, my teammate was, and Albania. So obviously the Ottomans are incredibly overpowered, but Albania is fairly weak. And another example was France and Burgundy, which was a strong team because their capitals both begin in the same region. That was really cool, but I had fun with that game. Unfortunately, it was only 2 or 3 sessions. It went pretty quickly. I won, by the way. But with that being said, they've come up with new ideas and rules. And basically, the picking rules are actually teams of 3 instead of 2. And every team picked needs to either be within inside of the same region or an adjacent region. But that means that your capitals need to be adjacent, all within one adjacent region of each other. So, for example, Anatolia, Balkans, and Carpathia, you could have one player in each region because Carpathia and Anatolia are adjacent to each other. Do you understand? Whereas Italy, the Balkans, and Anatolia, you could not have a nation in each region because Anatolia and Italy are not adjacent to each other. So that's the basic picking rules. But let's see if I can show you guys here. Share screen. Okay. So if you go to my channel, just go THBE/budgetmonk. If you're not on my Discord, you can just click this link for an invitation to my Discord channel. With that being said, if you open up my Discord, scroll down, you're on Discord, scroll down to MP Europe, and look at the pinned messages, and that is where you will find the Google Docs that I'm looking at as we speak. So this is basically all of the information that has been created by Pinchy, Nadal, and Chocolino. So these, I suppose, are basically the moderators of the multiplayer game. Okay, they're the people who are in charge. If you have issues with the rules or anything like that, take it up with them, not me. Please, I'd appreciate that. With that being said, go through the rules here in the Google Docs. And the basic rule is that not only can you pick nations, right? Because you'd have very powerful teams. Like you could do, I suppose, Hungary, Byzantium, the Ottomans, or something like that, right? Because they all begin in those regions. Those are the picking rules, but you also share, you have a capacity of, I believe it's 5 points. Let me see if I can find it. Yep, 3 has to be picked, nations a maximum of 5 points. So tier S plus, I suppose, is, because it's above S, like the best tier is unpickable. S is worth 4, A, 3, 2, 1, and 0, as you can see. So there are teams that are nations that are worth 0. And our lads over on in the Discord, the 3 I mentioned, I believe, have gone through and actually, you can see Denmark is crossed off. That's because it has been picked. They've gone through and shown you all of the different tiers. So in Europe, Western Europe, these are all the nations which are tier A, which means they are worth 3 points. So between the 3 people, teams of 3, that is worth 3 points, meaning you have 2 points remaining. And naturally, there's tier S. So we got the Ottomans in Eastern Europe. That's worth 4 or 5 points, I think. I think it's 4 points. Yep, 4 points. And there are, of course, all the way down, there are tier or nations which are worth no points at all. So one person on your team could be playing a 1 province minor if you wanted. Yeah, that's pretty much it. We're going to be playing on the weekend, and there was a little bit of a misconception last time when I sort of promoted the multiplayer. I did say that I was looking for people who could be more consistent, be there every day, this kind of thing. And I was trying to promote the multiplayer, not actually invite people. However, and that was a misconception, everybody was asking to join the multiplayer game. We're still following the same kind of theme. We would like people who are taking this serious, not trolling or whatever, and want to be there consistently, not just one time, not just one day. But there are open slots, guys. So feel free, that's why I showed you the links and so on, to come and join up. You can promote on the Discord. Just say an EU4 or discussion or wherever you like. You're looking for teammates. You could say it in the multiplayer, EU4 multiplayer, looking for a team. Does anybody want to play with me, etc.? We've got Team Cute Asian Girls, Pinchy, Chocolino, and Nadal. They're the moderators, playing Death Martian, Bohemia, and Denmark. So that's their points allotted. Playing Death Martian, Bohemia, and Denmark, which are all 2 in southern Germany and adjacent in Scandinavia. Very scary team. I'm scared of that team. And we actually have my team, which apparently has been played very very hard. 1 tag, 1 faith, 1 culture, no Diplobank, resident monk, something like that, sleeper monk, which is budget monk, Gipo, Lapconium. And we're actually playing Hungary, Byzantium, and AQ. As of now, I might request that we kind of change that or something. Hungary, Byzantium, and AQ. The only downside to this team, I'm going to be playing as Hungary myself, which is going to be so fun. I'm really looking forward to any excuse to play Hungary, boys. Probably my favorite nation, if not Austria, which is, these 2 are my favorite nations, basically. Well, with that being said, we actually, the downside to this team is our team is worth 1 less point than is required. We're worth 4 points. And the main reason why is because there's so few nations who have the capital in Anatolia, as you can see, and so few who have it in Balkans. I really wanted to play Hungary. We were trying to design a good team around that, and it was just really hard. So we're looking at Byzantium, AQ, and Hungary. It is what it is. Otherwise, we've got Playing Tour with Pizza Punts, etc., and Ziz. Team 5, Procep and Winston von Toast want to play together. They're looking for a filler. Kosovo is Albania. Legendary name. If only they were a European team. They look like a Asian team out here. These 3 playing with each other as well. So you can see an East Asian team or Southeast Asian team. And there are many more slots. I believe we're looking for up to 12 teams, guys. So yeah, come get involved. It's going to be on the weekends. I should have said the bloody time, guys, because I don't know what the time is. I believe it is 8 p.m. Central European time. I think I'm going off guesswork now. I think that's it. I'll post in the comments down below if the time at which the multiplayer is going off based off of European time, and you'll have to adjust from there. So that's it. Weekends, both days. Ask on Discord, join up, have some fun if you guys are keen. Okay, teams of 3. There is a team mechanic in EU4 if you're not aware, where you're always allied to your teammate. It's pretty cool, very fun, and I really enjoyed it. So I hope you guys do too, and I'll see you then.